regional director on Barack Obama's presidential campaign. He joins us tonight. So, Robin, I've watched the coverage of this report, and it does come from the Republican majority in the Intel Committee, but the coverage suggests an even deeper conspiracy. Are the Republicans on the Intel Committee intentionally, do you believe, covering up collusion with a foreign power in order to help Donald Trump?
Do I believe that?
Yes.
It's tough to say. I would say that Devin Nunes, he was on the transition team. He's basically a yes man for Donald Trump. It seems to me like they're engaging in willful ignorance. This seems partisan to me. My problem with it is that they specifically did not subpoena any electronic information. They didn't get any financial records. So this doesn't seem like a very complete investigation. And the rest of Brennan's tweets
but I just want to make it. I want to understand the suggestion here. So the idea is that the Republicans on the committee, on the Intel Committee, supposed to be the most responsible members of the House of Representatives, know or suspect that the campaign colluded with a hostile foreign power, but are hiding it because they love Trump or because they're Russian stooges too, or what would be the motive there?
No, Tucker. I think that it's basically, like I said, willful ignorance. I don't think that they want to find out that happened because they want their guy to remain in power. So that's why
So they would hide treason? In the service of that, they would hide treason? Really?
I would certainly hope not. Listen, I'm a veteran of the 75th Ranger Regiment.
Right.
I took an oath to defend and protect the country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I would hope that our elected representatives would not do something as treacherous as that. But the fact that they would not subpoena these people, the fact that some of these witnesses now are pleading the fifth, I remind you that Donald Trump himself said that anybody who pleads the fifth is likely guilty. And now, they're not following. They just didn't follow.
I would remind you that the president is not a constitutional scholar, and that I think in our cooler moments we understand that that's a constitutionally guaranteed right, and it doesn't imply guilt, actually, as liberals used to remind us. But I'm wondering this. We've been at this for the entire course of Trump's term as president. This has been the focus, Russian collusion. Here you have the most comprehensive report to date says there isn't any. The Mueller investigation hasn't found any that we know of, and they leak everything, so you think we would know. So at what point can we say, let's move on to fixing the problems of the country, like the middle class is dying, no longer the majority. 60,000 people died of drug ODs last year. Do we get to move on to that, or do we wallow in this crap forever? What do you think?
Tucker, I hope to God we move on from this. We've been talking about it forever. I would love for this to draw to a conclusion. But as I said, protecting our way of democracy is of paramount importance. How much time did we spend investigating Hillary Clinton's emails? It was like 17 investigations. I just want this one
by the way,
investigation
just to be clear, I wasn't exactly leading the charge on that either. I just think at some point, let me just ask you really quickly, because no one ever asked this.
Yes.
And it's central. When are we going to see evidence that the Russian government hacked the DNC servers, which were never, as you know, never examined by the U.S. government in any way? There's no actual evidence of that I've seen. We all assume it's true. Whenever I raise this question, it's like, you're working for Putin. But it's a real question.
Right.
Are we ever going to see evidence of that?
That's a very fair question. I want to know the answer. I want to know the answer to that question just as well as you do. I'm giving the DNC side eye on that myself. I question it. It doesn't make sense to me, and I want answers. Americans do deserve answers on that from the DNC specifically. So that's a very fair question.
There's too much lying.
Like I said,
it's like asking,
want the Senate.
Are we sure Assad used chemical weapons? Shut up, they explained. It's like, no, these are real questions. Thank you for being honest about that.
They are real questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Robin, thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you so much, Tucker. You too.
Well, Joy Reid's got a theory about what happened to her blog. Unseen saboteurs came in the dark of night, probably with Russian accents, and wrote things that she'd never seen before. She's now got the FBI investigating it. Not a single person believes she's telling the truth, because she's not. So the question is, can NBC survive yet another scandal? Also, the Caravan is at the border. Deputy Director of ICE is here, and we'll talk to a Univision anchor about that. Univision has an embedded reporter with the Caravan, so we've got an inside take on it.